Hi guys, it's been a long time. Today I've come to substitute for Shashwat as Shashwat has gone back to college today. So first of all, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Independence Day. And I thought today's video will talk about 75 years of Indian independence, and it's something to celebrate and something really to hold very dear in this current circumstances the world is facing. Right? What do you say, Anand?
Happy Independence Day, Vinod.
Thank you.
And Shashwat is back at university, and so you come back to do your old role. Anyway,
Yeah, guys.
75.
So be kind in your comments, sir.
So 75 years is a long time,
Yes.
and in a life of a nation, though it's very small, but for us, it's a life of one generation.
True.
And for in a life of life of a country, we are still a very young nation.
Very young.
And very young democracy. We have matured quite a bit. Sometimes people get frustrated that we are not moving fast enough. We should realize that America has been a democracy for more than 200 years.
More than that, no?
250 years,
Yeah,
1776.
Correct. 250.
And England has been a democracy for nearly, in slow progress, for nearly 500 years.
Yeah. Slow motion democracy.
Slow motion democracy, where the king has lost his power slowly over a period of time. And only during Victorian era they became a full-fledged democracy.
Where the last vestiges of power was taken away from
the king.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what I am trying to tell you is, so we have come quite a bit in last 75 years. The biggest achievement, according to me, is a peaceful transfer of power between any political parties.
True.
Several political parties have come and gone, but they have
Not even
always
political parties, coalitions. I'll say many coalitions have come and gone and managed. We still managed to stay together.
They stayed together, and there has been transfer of powers.
Very smooth. Yes.
Nobody has questioned the results.
Yes.
Indian politics is highly contested, but
always settled by the people.
Always settled by the people, and people's mandate has been by and large accepted.
We managed to even keep the army out of this nonsense.
Yeah, we have kept the army out of it, and for that we need to pat ourselves on the back.
Yes.
And looking at the economic history of India, we can divide it into two portions. There is a pre-1991 era.
Yes, and before Christ and after Christ.
And then there is the
common era.
The post 1991 era.
Yes.
Though 91 is defined as a watershed, the reform started in 84. 82 to 84 we started reforming. The first foreign motorcycles started coming in. The Maruti Suzuki started to production.
Thanks to Rajiv Gandhi, would say.
Yeah, Rajiv's influence, and computers started to come in, and two foreign motorcycles were allowed to start initially. Then Yamaha came third. Honda and Suzuki started to manufacture motorcycles in India, and then in 1991 the floodgates opened. Along that, in 84, another important thing, the 84 to 89 period, was the bringing back of Sam Pitroda to start a telecom revolution in India. This happened before 91. So when 91 reforms had, we already were sitting on a telecom infrastructure which was the best in the world at that time, because we leapfrogged technology.
Very true.
And so there was a C dot and a C DAC. So I remember the old telephone exchanges used to be one big bungalow, used to be one exchange.
Yeah, independent house.
Used to be an exchange. Correct. And by the time, in the late 80s, when I was in college, an exchange was less than a room, half a room.
Shrunk, yes.
These exchange shrunk tremendously. There was a time when we had to book a trunk call.
Very true.
And you never knew when it would come.
Correct.
And then by then STD had come. Big change.
Big change.
You won't remember much of it, but I remember I was there in the transition. I remember the old black.
I was there too, man. I'm quite old now.
Okay.
I know to you I look like your younger brother always.
But black phone.
Yes.
And
rotor drive.
Rotor drive.
Yes. Trunk booking. Lightning booking.
Lightning booking, yes. Trump booking.
I don't know the number also. It used to be 180 or some strange number.
Yeah, 180.
Yeah.
Then there is a 181 to find out.
Correct.
Which waiting list are you in?
True.
And there was another 180 to find out what was this.
Yeah.
This was remarkable. And when computers were first introduced in railways, except Rajiv Gandhi, all the politicians, including his own party, ganged up against him, and Parliament was garroted, saying that people would lose jobs. And in matter of less than 35 years, the whole thing changed, and we are now one of the superpowers in computers.
Like
and
my son doesn't even look at a phone. If I show him a rotary phone, he's like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You don't even get rotary phone toys anymore.
Yeah.
So and of course, the price of a call also has charged tremendously. Remember how expensive it used to be?
I remember when I got married, it was 16 rupees a cell phone call.
Correct.
Now it's absolutely cheap and everybody has a phone,
Correct.
and that changed the completely the way we did things.
Yeah, and a few more months we'll be launching 5G.
Few moments will be launching 5G. And the most important change of course came in 91. The reforms of 91 happened because we had a forex crisis like what Sri Lanka has now.
True.
But we were not bankrupt like Sri Lanka. We had about 30 days of
I
forex
think
to
we had a
import.
coalition government at the time, right?
Yeah, we
Chandrasekhar.
had no Chandrasekhar government was in power, and we had 30 days of forex to import material. The elections were due, so a new IMF was not ready to give money, and so they had to pledge their gold with the Bank of England
I
and
remember you used to tell me. He
and
came and he said you should never lose your credit worthiness.
and the humiliation was that the gold had to be flown out of the country
Yes.
and kept in the Bank of England for us to get money. But they did it, and then 91 happened. And in 91, he went to the IMF and he asked for special assistance. And he came back very determined, though he didn't say it, that we would never borrow money again. He paid back by 97, everything was paid back. And then India, in 2009, India lent money to IMF.
Yes.
So it came a full cycle. The man who was as finance minister had to do the last deal with IMF was the prime minister when he lent money to the IMF.
The proud
In a
moment for
gold
us.
auction,
Yeah.
he bought gold. A few people, not many people realize that.
Yes,
But
it's a
that's a
very proud moment for our
significant,
country.
that's a very proud moment. And in a stroke of a pen, they changed the whole thing. They abolished all controls. There was no industrial license. And before that, suppose I'm going to make scooters. I have to go and tell the government I plan to make so many scooters.
Yes.
And the government has to approve it.
True.
And there was always big waiting lists. But now, when after 91, you didn't have to go to the government, ask for permission or a license to start a business. You could start whatever you wanted. As long as you are not importing, you could do what foreign partners. Initially, foreign partners was tough, but you could do whatever you wanted. All controls was abolished, and just India just took off. And
But still, my favorite moment has always been because of your influence is Nehru's speech at the.
that was this is since this is a finance channel, I'm talking about it.
Yes, I agree. I
yeah,
agree with all what you said. It's
But
absolutely true.
true. If I am looking from a democratic value, which I talked, Nehru's speech on 15th August 1947,
Still gives me goosebumps.
it gives goosebumps. So it's a remarkable speech.
Yes.
And to think that Lahore was burning, and so he said later that he couldn't know what he was writing, and he just prepared that speech extempore.
Yes.
He jotted some points and wrote something, and then rolled it up in a sheet and came and started to speak. And so.
And the most remarkable thing about him was he had such love of the people. He could have done anything to this country, but he was so responsible.
Yeah.
And he made sure this democracy which we had, such in infancy, he let it flourish and he allowed it to grow and never squashed his oppositions, never belittled them. He allowed everybody to have a voice.
Yes, the greatest tribute to Nehru came from Vajpayee, a man who was his political opponent right through.
True.
Who was his political opponent right through the end. In fact, he spoke on Nehru's death in Parliament, and it's a great speech.
Yes.
If you go back and look at Nehru's death and Vajpayee speaking, was a great speech. It was not like this that the opposition was always fighting with the government. This is a modern invention. This is the invention of the last 15 years.
Very true.
As long as Vajpayee was in the opposition, was in control of his party, there was always a good relationship between
Both sides of the fence.
both sides of the fence.
Policy differences were there.
The policy differences were at the margins. Because when the Harshad Mehta scam broke and Manmohan Singh offered to resign, Narasimha Rao called Vajpayee and told him, tone down your attack, because if this guy goes,
We were in trouble.
we are in trouble.
Yeah.
And so Manmohan Singh is written somewhere that he was asked to meet Vajpayee. When he met Vajpayee, Vajpayee told him in Hindi, we will keep shouting, you do your job.
Correct.
So there are some moments, both in politics and economics, with which we can be very proud of. I'm sure this period will also pass, where people in opposition and people in government treat each other as
Indians.
enemies.
Yeah.
So this has to end. But it will. Every democracy will mature.
Very true. But considering all our neighbors and all, I think we're doing pretty good.
No, we are doing fabulous. There is no doubt that we are doing extremely well. The best is yet to come. Not in my generation, maybe, but in your son's generation or my nephew's generation, India will be doing far better than what we did in our generation.
Anyway, thank you, Anand. Happy Independence Day to all of you. And Jai
Happy
Hind.
Independence. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. I am visiting the historic town of Trichy on the 27th of August. We are planning to hold a meeting in Trichy where I get to meet my subscribers and people who follow me on social media. This will be a live interaction with my friends, followers, and subscribers of my channel. It is very interesting. We have had several events in various small towns of Tamil Nadu. If you wish to participate in that event, a WhatsApp number is given below. You may contact us on that WhatsApp number, or you could drop an email to the address given below. My team will respond to you. I hope to see you in Trichy on the 27th of August at 6 p.m. Thank you for supporting Be Rich. Good evening. It was decided to do an event in Dubai on the 23rd of September. It was a Friday. By popular demand, we have shifted this event to 24th September, the Saturday, so that it would be convenient for you people to attend. So I'll be in Dubai on the 24th of September at 6 p.m. Hope to see you in Dubai. Those desirous of participating in the Dubai event can contact us at the WhatsApp number given below or mail to the email ID given below. We will see you in Dubai. Kindly drop us an email or send a message on the WhatsApp number. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.